Meet the Huawei MatePad 11.5 2025 PaperMatte, a slim, silent workhorse built for note-takers, readers, students, creators, and anyone who wants a tablet that feels great to look at and even better to write on. In this video, I'll give you a clear, practical tour of the device so you know exactly what you're getting: the PaperMatte display experience, performance, battery life, accessories like the M Pencil and keyboard, software and app compatibility, the strengths, the limitations, and real-world tips to make it shine. No fluff, just how it behaves day to day. Let's start with the big idea. The MatePad 11.5 PaperMatte is built around comfort. The PaperMatte finish dramatically cuts down glare and reflections, so you're not constantly fighting your own face on the screen or shifting around to dodge overhead lights. If you've ever tried to read a PDF on a glossy tablet under office lighting, you'll instantly get why this matters. Text looks calmer, colors are still punchy, and your eyes don't tense up during long sessions. Think of it as the feel of high-quality matte paper, but with the speed of a modern LCD panel. Scrolling notes, sketching diagrams, reviewing slides, everything feels a little more relaxed and natural. Size-wise, 11.5 inches hits a sweet spot. It's big enough to split the screen into two useful panes, like notes on one side and a lecture or a reference on the other, without feeling cramped. Yet it's still light and portable enough to toss in a backpack and forget it's there. If you want a tablet for commuting, cafe sessions, couch reading, and desk duty, this size fits. The slim aluminum build looks clean and professional, and the rounded corners make it comfortable to hold for ebooks and long articles. Let's talk display behavior. The panel is responsive, with a fast refresh that makes handwriting feel snappier and scrolling look smooth. Animations don't stutter, flicks land precisely, and the matte texture knocks down that greasy glass feel. Yes, matte screens can look a hair softer than ultra-glossy ones, but the payoff is huge. You get usable clarity in more environments. If you spend hours reading PDFs, code, or research, or you sketch and mind map, this type of screen is a genuine quality of life upgrade. And for handwriting, the friction is a feature. It helps the pen stop exactly where you want, like a pencil on paper. Speaking of handwriting, pair the MatePad with Huawei's M Pencil. Check which generation your bundle supports, and you get a convincing notebook replacement. Pen latency is low. Strokes keep up with your thoughts. Palm rejection is strong. For note-taking, I recommend setting up two profiles. One brush with slight stabilization for fast lecture notes, and another with pressure sensitivity for sketching diagrams or annotating slides. Try a dark ink gel pen style for documents and a pencil style brush for drawing. Keep them pinned in your shortcuts so you can switch mid-page. If you annotate PDFs, get into the habit of color coding: yellow highlight for definitions, blue underline for formulas, and red boxes for to-do actions. It makes revisiting notes way faster. Round the tablet with a keyboard cover, and it becomes a light productivity setup. Typing out emails, drafting essays, or building slide outlines is totally comfortable at this size. HarmonyOS supports multi-window. You can float a calculator, keep a reference doc docked, or split two apps side by side. It's perfect for study sessions, video lecture left, notes right, or for work, mail left, task manager right. If your device supports a desktop-style mode in your region, give it a try when you're managing files or juggling multiple windows. It's especially nice with a mouse or a trackpad. Under the hood, the MatePad 11.5 2025 PaperMatte is built around a modern mid-range chipset that's tuned for smooth everyday use. Browsing dozens of tabs, streaming, office work, reading, and light creative tasks. Casual drawing, vector graphics, light photo edits, and note layers, no problem. If you're a heavy video editor with large timelines and color grading needs, a desktop or prosumer laptop is still the right tool. But for the things tablets shine at, reading, writing, web, docs, whiteboarding, and light media, the performance is comfortably quick. RAM and storage configurations vary, and this model comes with a roomy 256 gigabytes, which is great for offline files, downloaded courses, textbooks, and a big library of PDFs. If you keep lots of raw photos or massive videos, consider external storage via USB-C or cloud sync. As always, check your local spec page if microSD expansion is critical to you, because availability can vary by region. Let's touch on speakers and microphones. The MatePad 11.5 typically ships with a multi-speaker setup tuned for clear mids and a little bass presence. Voices in lectures and video calls sound forward and crisp, which matters when you're listening for hours. For music, think pleasant and balanced rather than room-shaking. Use good earbuds or headphones for deep bass. The built-in mics pick up your voice clearly for online classes and calls. Add a quiet environment or a simple USB-C mic if you want a more studio feel. On cameras, the front cam is about utility rather than social glamour. It's positioned for video calls and does a good job keeping exposure and skin tones reasonable. Tip: place the tablet slightly above eye level and tilt it down a touch. That framing looks more natural than shooting from below. Good lighting helps more than any software effect. Now, software. The MatePad runs HarmonyOS, focused on smooth animations, efficient multitasking, and tight integration with other Huawei gear. You get App Gallery as the main store and Petal Search for discovering additional apps. In many regions, Huawei tablets don't ship with Google Play services pre-installed. Plenty of people work around this with web apps, alternatives in App Gallery, or third-party stores where appropriate. Your mileage will vary by location and by the apps you rely on, so here's a practical approach. List your top 5 must-have apps, then check App Gallery and Petal for each. For anything missing, use the web version in the browser or a PWA-style shortcut. A lot of productivity and media apps have excellent web experiences now. If you're embedded in Huawei's ecosystem, phone, laptop, earbuds, the super device features like drag and drop and multi-screen collaboration can be a genuine advantage. Move photos from phone to tablet, scribble on a document, send it back, all with minimal friction. Battery life is an easy win. The MatePad 11.5 is built for all-day use: reading, note-taking, video calls, and streaming. The PaperMatte screen helps here. It's comfortable at lower brightness, so you're not blasting the backlight to fight reflections. In normal mixed use, you can expect to charge at night or every other night depending on intensity. Use the built-in power modes when you're on the go, and dim the screen a notch in bright indoor settings. It's still readable, and it adds hours. USB-C fast charging means a short top-up at midday can carry you through a long study block or crosstown commute. Let's walk through a realistic day to show where this tablet fits. Morning routine: calendar and task list in one pane, email in another. 10 minutes of focused triage with a coffee, and your day's priorities are clear. Commute time: download a couple of articles in Read It Later mode, annotate a PDF with the M Pencil, and add action items directly beside the paragraph you're marking up. Mid-morning call: join from the tablet, jot quick notes, and send a summary right after. Lunch break: stream a show or read a chapter. No glare, no eye strain. Afternoon deep work: split screen, research notes on the left, your outline on the right. Evening: sketch a rough storyboard for a project, then relax with a long-form article in the browser on a sepia theme, with the matte screen keeping things gentle. Now, let's talk about note-taking workflows. If you're a student, build a template: page title, date, lecture number, keywords box, and a tiny actions corner for follow-ups. Use layers sparingly for clarity: main notes, highlights, diagrams. If your note app supports audio bookmarks, record key moments and drop a marker where the professor explains an equation. Future you will thank you. For professionals, create a meeting notes template: agenda on top, decisions and owners on the right, action items at the bottom. Use a fine pen for body text and a thick highlighter for deadlines. Color and line weight makes scanning a fast visual process. If you draw or design, the PaperMatte texture is your friend. It gives you control over micro-movements and helps line work look intentional instead of slippery. Try a pencil brush at medium pressure for undersketching, then ink over with a smooth pen brush. If your workflow uses layers, group them by phase: rough, line, color, notes. The 11.5-inch canvas is a nice midsize, big enough for composition studies and UI wireframes, small enough to hold comfortably while sketching on a sofa. Gaming? Casual games run well. 2D titles and lighter 3D games are smooth and benefit from the responsive panel. For the latest heavy AAA mobile titles, settings and expectations should match a mid-range chipset. Go for medium graphics with stable frame rates rather than pushing ultra options. The matte screen reduces distracting reflections during action sequences, which is a subtle but real advantage. Connectivity is modern. Fast Wi-Fi and Bluetooth for earbuds and keyboards. If you use a Huawei laptop, look into file and clipboard handoff. It's surprisingly useful. Copy on one device, paste on the other, or drag images straight into a slide on the tablet. For external displays and USB-C hubs, check your local specs. If your model supports display out or a desktop-style mode, it's a nice way to turn the tablet into a light workstation at a hotel or co-working space. Let's cover a few practical tips to keep performance smooth over time. First, organize your files by project, not by app. Create a top-level work, study, and personal folder, then nest projects inside. This makes search faster and keeps you from hunting through multiple apps. Second, prune large media folders monthly. Offload old lecture recordings and raw footage to cloud or an external drive so your internal 256 gigabytes stays healthy. Third, periodically clear heavy app caches from the settings. Browsers and messaging apps pile up data. Finally, keep the OS and your note-taking app updated. Pen latency and palm rejection often see quiet improvements over time. So, should you buy the Huawei MatePad 11.5 2025 PaperMatte? If your priority is comfortable reading, natural handwriting, and portable productivity with all-day battery life, the answer is a confident yes. The PaperMatte display is more than a marketing term. It changes how you use the screen in real light for real hours. Add the M Pencil and a keyboard, and you get a minimal, focused setup that replaces piles of paper notebooks and travels anywhere. If your workflow depends heavily on apps that require Google Play services and you're unwilling to use alternatives, check your app plan first. Otherwise, this is one of the most balanced and comfortable 11.5-inch tablets you can carry right now. If you found this helpful, hit like so more people can find it, subscribe for deep dive reviews without the hype, and drop a comment with your must-have tablet apps. I'll pin the best setups for note-taking, PDF annotation, and study workflows. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.